In this video, I'm going to show you how to track a home-cooked meal and create a food in MyFitnessPal so you can weigh out your portion on the scale. So let's go ahead and get started here. First thing we're going to do is add some olive oil. I'm going to put it on the scale, pour it in there, and then I'm going to return it to the scale. We use 10 grams there. Next, we're going to add some ground beef. I'm not going to weigh this because I know it's a pound because it is prepackaged beef. Next, I'm going to add some seasonings. Simple, we don't need to track those. Next, broccoli, 255 grams. I'm gonna steam that first before I put it in though. Then the next thing I'm gonna add is my pasta. I'm gonna use this entire box so I know how much that is. Next is my bone broth. I'm gonna put that on the scale because I'm not gonna use the whole thing and we're just gonna track it backwards. So for this, it is -605, so that's what we're going to be tracking. After that's boiled for a bit, we're adding our broccoli in, and then I'm going to weigh out some cheese. So we've got 91 grams there. And then we'll pour that in with our broccoli. Meal is done, so now we're just going to be stirring that all up. So everything is in it, and we've written down all of our ingredients and how much we used. We need to weigh out the entire thing. So we're going to put a bowl on the scale. It weighed 1506 grams. So I'm going to write that down on my little whiteboard. I would go and I would write all my ingredients on this whiteboard as well, but I took pictures as I was doing this, so I didn't need to do that. Okay, so let's look at how we actually track all of this as a food in MyFitnessPal. So at this point, I have logged everything that I put into my dish, the full amounts of everything. I put it under my breakfast for tomorrow because I only want to be able to see the calories and the macros for this one meal. So it's 2078 for everything that I just put in there. And then here are the macros. So I'm going to screenshot both of these because I want to be able to see my protein, carbs, fat, fiber. And then I'm going to screenshot the calories too just because I want to remember it. And now I'm going to go in here to add a food. And I'm going to click on My Foods over here. And then I'm going to click Create a Food. So brand name can be anything. Okay, now for the serving size, I'm going to use that full weight that I just wrote down. So it was the 1,506 grams. And then I'm just going to put a G for grams. That will be the serving size. And then 1 per container, so that'll stay the same. Now, the calories of the entire thing, I screenshotted that just now, so 2078. And then I want my total fat, 78. My carbs was 161. And then fiber, we'll put that in there because I like tracking it. There's 35. And then the last thing I want in here is my protein, which was 204. Okay, so now we have the food created here. Noodles, broccoli, beef. This is showing up for the whole thing. So if I want to track this as just my plate, I'm going to change this to serving size as 1 gram. And then let's say I weigh out 500 grams in my bowl. So 500 grams of this is going to be 690 calories. So I can go back to today's log and I can track that as I just did. I'm just going to search for it. Here it is, and I've just put it in there so it remembers it, so I can log it under my food for the day, and then I can just go through and I can get rid of all of this because we don't need any of this anymore because now we have the food made. So now anytime I want to have this meal, I make it exactly the same, and I just use this.